All right. So, hello everyone. Thank you. Got to do a little fluffing. Uh it's clouding up. Looks like it's going to rain here today. Thank you. Oh, I got to sleep in a little bit today, and 8 o'clock. That's late. I think I could have kept sleeping, but yeah, I got woken up. I kept on. I don't know. I made it my mission to sleep today. That's what I was making my mission. My mission was I just want to sleep. I just want to, cocoon today. That's what I want it to do. I just want it to do. And it was nice. It was nice. I can't like I know I was dreaming something pretty bizarre. It was pretty cosmic. That was coming through. So there was some few crazy downloads that were coming in, and um today the cosmic highway. What is the cosmic highway coming in to tell us today? I've posted a few things. I posted a chart. The chart was taken at 9 o'clock this morning, and it was do for today. Yeah, I was taken. I took the chart and I put it for it's like 10 minutes to 8:09, I should say, 8:50 in Edmonton. So that's what I was basing my chart on today. And I watched the Leo King special that was on with Zion on YouTube. If you haven't watched it, I'd say watch it. I love those two together because they can go down some crazy roads. And I know for some people it might be a little bit far fetched, or maybe it might be too much for them. I just like, if you want, like, for me, there's very few people that I actually follow. Because a lot of people I just find I just don't, they're not in their truth, right? Those two guys are in their truth. They're going to tell it like it is, and they're not going to sugarcoat it. They're really connected. You might think, oh, he's, I don't know, crazy or whatever you want to think. That's up to you. But there's a lot of things that they're saying, and even in what I'm going to talk about today, and what I've been looking at for my own self, my own ways of looking at it, and coming to the cosmic byways. So, cosmic byways, yes. So, as I'm yawning away because I had too much sleep. Sun in Leo, 12th house. Well, in the chart it was the 12th, but Sun in Leo. This is illuminating from the inside out. So the sun wants to illuminate. The sun really wants to come out. This is a soul level identity in the work. So the sun is shining from behind the veil. Ego's death, hidden talent, spiritual truth. This is being activated. So this is a power of authenticity and not your performance. And the moon is in Sagittarius today, and it's emotional freedom. Sag holds the truth, right? It wants the truth of something. The thing is that Sages are the jury. They want the truth. What do you hold? So your internal part of you, the moon, is wanting some truth. It wants that, again, that authenticity. What is it? What is that emotional honesty that you need to bring to the table? And a need of adventure, because of course Sag deals with travel. It's ruled by Jupiter. It wants to get out there. It wants to expand. It wants to have fun, right? So my son's girlfriend is celebrating her birthday in New Orleans. What a place to celebrate it today. you know get out there, get into the vibe, get into the feeling of the whole energy that's there, right? So coming into that, plus has some expansion within the home and the roots that are going on here. So family patterns are up for examination and liberation. So a lot of things that you've been maybe doing within your family, things that you thought were authentic, maybe not authentic to you. Maybe they're authentic to other people in the way they want to do things, but not for you. So new ways of looking at how you want family, how you want to deal with situations, and not continue down the same highway. right? So we're taking a new road. Woohoo, new road. That's my taking a new road and looking at it. And Venus in Cancer, of course, Venus is there. She's squaring over to, she's off, she's cleared that square from Saturn and Neptune. Hallelujah. Thank goodness. It's like she's moving on. And now she's tender and nostalgic but forward thinking. So this is a house of communicating visions. We're healing our relationships through safe and soul-centered connections. And water, this is about water your cosmic garden with care. So this is looking at how can I come in and take care of myself, of the people around me. And of course, we got Mercury in retrograde. This is a deep rewind past personas, inner monologue, soul contracts, surfing for re-examination. Things might come up that you thought you've dealt with, that was the old person, but it comes in, right? So you can't outsmart the transits. You could try, but you can't. And this is where with Mercury, Leo entry, retro, this demands soul truth. If you're not doing it, it's going to smack. I just keep on telling people it's going to smack you in your fucking face somehow, right? It's going to show up in different ways. And it could show up where you're trying to be something you're not to somebody. And it's just gotten to a point where, okay, I can't do this anymore. Right? And it's got to come out. So watch your dreams closely. They carry messages. There's information that comes in there. It's really important to really, when you get up to write, and that's what I should have done this morning, is write out what the messages were coming through to me, and I didn't. So that I'm going to start keeping a pen and a journal beside my bed. So when I get up, that's going to be one of my new things is writing down, this is what I saw, a moon, a star, people walking, whatever, because, the thing is that your dreams, aren't a full motion picture at times. There could be, bits and pieces coming in and out all over the place. So paying attention to that is very important, as there are messages that are coming in. And that Mars in Virgo, it's the warrior monk. I mean, Trump just did like 100 atomic warheads towards the shore of Russia. And the one thing, with Trump's chart right now is like, if he's not living his true authentic self, which I feel he's not, there's something that's come in there to control, because there's a hierarchy in our world, whether you like to believe it or not. But I mean, you see the rulers, but there's something above the rulers that's above the rulers. So there is a energy, a group that is above the above, right? And so if he's trying to live his authenticity or trying to live in his truth, but he can't, and it's difficult for him, what's going to happen is like, hey, hi, Lexi, all of this is going to backfire for him. Like, this is going to backfire. And, in that, he's going to get called out. And that's the one, Trump doesn't like to be called out on shit. I mean, man's got a big ego. He's got Leo rising. He's got a big ego, man. So he doesn't like to be called out on his shit. And this is this is where a call out's going to happen in some way. So the truth be told, as I say, these transit, if you're going to try and deke out of the transit and stuff, it's going to come back at you in some way, and in some format. And that's where you got to come back. You really got to be in your truth with this, right? It's really, it's really important, right? And it's with this too, it's to take action with your clarity and skill and clean your space, clear your cosmic space, right? Detox your anger, serve your mission. Why are you getting angry? Well, I'm angry because, I don't know, I'm frustrated about something or whatever it is, whatever, I don't know. But look at it. And with Uranus is at that point, he's at the 1 degree in Gemini. He's at that focal point right there with the Pleiadians, right there with the Seven Sisters. That's where they are. They're at that 1 degree Gemini energy. It's like Dante's Inferno. Like Dante's Inferno is the Gemini Taurus axis, and it goes up, right? And then he has the layers of purgatory and how you can get to the ascension to the heavens. And the heavens point towards Sirius and point towards, the Pleiadians. And this is where we are wanting to get to that point, and now we have, and this is what the Leo King and that we're talking about, is this a 3-eye atlas, right? This 3-eye atlas is coming through, and it came through the galactic center. And it's not doing what a normal comet does, which is circle around the sun. It's a total different directory of how it's coming out. And it came out of another galaxy, basically, because the galactic center came out of there, and the way it's moving. And this is where we will see it. It'll be, I think you can see it in September, but it's going to be really prominent after October in the sky, in the early dawn. You're going to be seeing it's going to be very, very bright, and coming through. So this is, the colors of it too. It's colored. It's not just, like a comet. It's not just like a regular comet where you just see with the tails behind it. Like we had a green comet, which was really ominous a couple years ago. And now this is coming, and we had a Moa that was there, that appeared in around 2018, 2019, I think. So we have these different things, I'm going to call them, that are in our cosmos, right? And what are they activating? And this one that's coming through with the colors are very high. They're very high within our higher chakra colors. So there's many theories that are coming in that people have channeled way before this came in. The timing of it is phenomenal. Like the timing is like with everything, it's bang on with alignments and everything. So this is, where the Pleiades are part of this narrative, and we're talking a quantum upgrade. This is where AI ethics, psychic tech, sacred geometry, galactic truth. This is where you can expect interdimensional data storms. The mind is electrified. This is where higher knowledge, foreign thoughts, cosmic downloads. This is where also a new life forms start to come into the world, and these new life forms that are coming in and that are being born into this world. So we have this energy that's coming in, that's bringing in these new cosmic entities. And that's where, with the energies, with Pluto in Aquarius, this is about the humanity and the change of humanity and how humanity is changing in an upgrade, right? So if you're getting hung up on a lot of the political stuff, if you're getting hung up is like, oh, you got to believe in the liberals or you got to believe in the conservative, it's like, whatever. It's the thing comes down to humanity. It comes down to, as I've been saying for a number of years, the community, the connection with community. And are you being authentic within that community? Like it's and it's a community of not and it's funny because new communities are popping up in the States. I got to think of what state it's in. It's not an air. It's they made it a club, and they have a plot of land, and it's kind of like it's an all white It's not Aryan Nation. They're an all-white community, very conservative values and stuff, but the guy who started it's kind of iffy. Although, I mean, anybody who's starting communities like that are just like, oh, okay, so there's some kind of crazy perversion with it. I think he stated that the guy with the funny mustache is misunderstood or some kind of bullshit. So it's like, okay, you just went off the deep end. You went off, to um another road. But that's the thing is like you're going to find these types of communities. You're finding it also within the Islamic communities where they are, and but nobody's questioning them. It's like they're opening up and taking over areas, right? So they're going into areas where maybe there's a lot of abandoned or storefronts and stuff like that, and taking over the storefronts and buying up the housing and different things like that. They're taking over. What about, yeah, the group in Quebec? Yes, exactly. You know, so there's all of these new groups that are popping up, and some of them do it very slyly. The Islamics, I think, do it very slyly. I think the Indians, not First Nations, East Indians, I guess I'll say, um, for some of the old schoolers, come in very unique ways, and some of them do it in a way that they come forth. Steve, is the door unlocked? Steve. Okay, so hang on, I gotta go see if the door is unlocked because my grandson just came. Hang on, don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, Kiefer's outside with his dog. So, but this is where you're going to find these are the types of things. Now, these are communities that don't have the whole of humanity at its core. Now you have this energy that's coming in that is wanting to infiltrate, that wants to come in and bring in the whole of humanity. Right? This is where it comes forth that you want to make sure. Mateus, just 1 second. Mateus, make sure the door is closed. There. Dog barking, people coming in. Sorry, guys. Doing a live, and then my family pisses me off. It does. So this is where, when we're looking at the humanity, when we're looking at how are we coming together, and this is transcending religion, control, right? And where there is not the control or the dogma that comes forth. And that's where it comes to people having to be their authentic self, people having to think, to be truthful, to be not to I lost my thought. Like it's the authentic, being the authentic self, right? So this is the quantum upgrade that we're on. The Saturn Neptune one is that it's that business deals, it's that energetic mirror. Saturn is forcing you to see where you've been naive or codependent. Neptune is making sure that you can't lie about it anymore. So but if you want to get lost in the illusion, if you want to get lost in the craziness or get into a lot that's not in alignment for you, that is not right for you, or you're wanting to fake this persona and put it out there and say this is, I'm this and I'm that. And my whole thing is with people who are, within the spiritual community, who are saying, look at me, I'm a channeler, I can channel all this. And then you look at them and they're like, okay, if you're really channeling truth, you wouldn't have been pushing an agenda on people and saying, hey, you know, what was it, those astrologer twins back in the they were saying, oh, if you, Virgo, it's your time to go get your elixir. Oh, Capricorn, this is your time to get your elixir. Make sure you get, like, there's a hidden agenda. You know that there's something there, right? And so this is why it's for our own selves, not only to make sure that we protect ourselves and take care of ourselves, but we question our own selves. Is this our truth? Does this really align with me? Do I feel like this is my true authentic self? Do I feel that within my being? And if it's not aligning with you, but the thing is that you might think that I have to have this align with me. You got to ask yourself why. What is that pressure that's being put upon you to say that you have to align with this, that you have to do this? What is that? Is it an old belief system that you have, like something maybe that you were brought up, like maybe you were brought up as a, for me, I was brought up as a Catholic, and it's like, well, I can't dismiss the church. There's an underlying guilt, that Catholic guilt comes through in some way. It appears his little ugly head, and it kind of deters you or makes you think that, oh, well, I can't go out and become great and whatever it is, prosperous or abundant and whatever. This energy is getting you to say, yeah, you can. If you're being within that authentic self, if you're being within that truth, then yeah, you can be that true authentic. You can be in that love. So that is,
Olivia or Olivia Tracy.
There we go. So being in that truth is important, right? And what that truth is. Pause due to reconnecting. So look at how you can be in your true authentic self. Look at how you can be, and how maybe that old self is coming up for you, right? Because it's going to, and especially with Mercury retrograde, it's going to come up in some way. It's going to appear in some way. It is for all of us. And it could come up with scheduling issues. It could come up with whatever it is, with your thinking patterns, or you know, a few questions I put down here. It's one of the questions that I have for guidance today. What version of me am I still clinging out of fear? That is a good one. That is a good one. So what version of me am I still clinging out of fear? And I wrote it down in my book. So I went through it for my own personal self, because there are things for me that I'm still clinging on to, and I got to look at within this crazy cosmic energy, right? And some of it just sort of like makes me sort of a little angry, makes me frustrated, makes me feeling overwhelmed, right? So this is the, where we're at. So we are here to learn, to love, and to experience, but only the real thing, and coming into that truth of the real thing. So you're going to hear a lot of this 3I Atlas and Sirius B and the cosmic pole. And the 3I Atlas is a potentially interstellar object, and it glows in a range of indigo, violet, and ultraviolet. These are the higher chakra frequencies. Sirius B, and that's where it's heading towards, is part of a dog star system, represents a spiritual mastery through suffering, alchemy, and transformation. The cosmic alignment may open stargates, spiritual upgrades, psychic visions, light body activation. There is a tribe in Africa that aligns to this. Like, they talked about Sirius before it was discovered. Like, they had their oral traditions and talking about this star system, and talking about they are beings that came from the star system 4,000 years ago. Crazy, right? And they started their tribe, and they've held a lot to their traditions. and they could tell you the different without having telescopes, without having any of the modern features. They knew the cosmos, they knew how things were formed and what they were here to do on this earth, right? And coming here on this earth. So now we're coming into this another new interstellar energy. Another time in history was the great Kisma, I think it's called, where there was a split within the church from Catholic, the Catholicism, to the Orthodox. And there was a huge split that came to, and they split to being different doctrines. And that was in the middle of the 1000 AD. But at that time, and it was written that there was this comet or cosmos that was in the sky that you could see. It was so bright you could still see it in the day. Yet it was written by many different, like the Chinese wrote about it. There's writings about it with different tribes through Africa, South America. Like, it was seen all over the world. The church didn't want you to look at it. They were saying, "No, there's nothing there. You're just hallucinating." But all of the others that were writing about it at that time were saying that this is such a positive change and transformation. It was. There's huge spiritual change coming into the world at that time, and how people were looking at the world, and changes that were coming in. So these aren't to be dismissed, right? The movie Don't Look Up. Yes, yeah, don't look up. Why? You know, that's the whole thing. Is like there's these huge cosmic energies, and you're going to hear people actually say about this, like, "Don't. This is nothing. Don't worry about it." You know, within the spiritual, like the true spiritual community that's coming in, this is higher chakra activation. This is anchoring your deep truth, and we're going to see also during this time many who are leaving. And I feel like this is where many will be leaving, and many who have been in limbo or purgatory, if you want to call it. And this is what I see. And Zion, he talked about it, and I'm like, holy shit, I've seen this. And whereas many who have been waiting, like it's like waiting at the bus stop for for the bus to show up, and finally 4,000 years later it shows up, kind of thing. So many who have been waiting for this to happen. And it's so important too that and being in your truth and being in your spiritual truth is important. Uh and not and here's the other, like, not to fuck around with people's um freedom, right? That's the other thing, not to fuck around with people's freedom. I feel like I have been waiting to my whole life. Here are you, just sitting there. You got your sandwich. It's like Forrest Gump. You're sitting there. You got your tea. You're just waiting. We're on this cosmic highway. We're just like, okay, yeah, we're here. So anyways, this is where it's at, man. This is this transformation and coming in for this change in our lives. But it's one that everybody's on their own, and everyone's on their own, like, crusade, on their own road, right? And it isn't to judge them where they're at. That's the other part too. It's like, young 20-year-olds you're going to find are stupid and doing crazy ass shit. But there is such a growth that's coming in. Plus, where we have many of the Pluto Capricorn children who are 17, right? Um, and their whole view of the world, this whole view of the world is going to be changing for them. And how everything is coming into this crazy cosmos of chaos, right? So you're hearing, the crazy cosmos of chaos from war activation that's going on in the world. That is the human domain, right? That's the human. A lot of human frequency is war, and this is where many are coming into that and trying to come in and trying to be a higher octave from that. So we have these, Pluto Capricorns, and we have some younger Pluto, like my son, my grandson Mateus, who's 10. So with all of this coming in, so this is like, think back to when you were 10, of still wondering about the world, still being curious about the world, but you hear different things that come through. So aligning yourself with what is coming through and what's being filtered around you. And then we have the brand, some of these this new Pluto and Aquarius. Wow, this is intense. That's Queen Elizabeth I was a Pluto Aquarius. So her energy of like, I want to keep my country together, and I have a mission on it. I have to keep a certain persona to keep everybody together and really she was really in bringing in the Protestant religion. Like she is the one who actually brought it in. Her father definitely started it. Um, you know, uh, the whole thing, but she was the one that really brought it forth to the King James the First, and bringing forth the King James Bible. And so that all of that newness coming in, like a new Bible being written, a new way of looking at the Bible, you know. That's the guy who wrote a whole book on demonology, and how to catch a witch, kind of thing. So, yeah, I think we're in a very exciting time. I think this weekend is really a great time to really look at, okay, where's my directory? Where am I, what way am I heading? Hence, I'm going to segue over here to my soul package, to my fall series that I have. I have the fall series, winter series, crone wisdom, and a reading, all for $500. I can break it down if you don't want to do it all. If you just want to do the fall series, it's $150, right? If you just want to do the winter series, it's $150. If you just want to do the crone wisdom, it's $444. Or if you just want the reading, it's $300. So I've packaged it all together for $500. Payment plans available. But one of the reasons for me doing this is because of all of this, because of all the craziness that's coming in, and to help us to keep aligned. And I thought, when I was doing my August or my September booklet, I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot of information because I do it day by day. I think October, I'm going to do it week by week. So giving people a weekly plan of what to do. Right now, I'm already halfway through the September one, but each day is pretty intense. But then again, the energies that are coming in August are pretty intense. And if we're not setting at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes aside to work on our spiritual self, whatever time of day that works for you, it's going to be, we're going to feel very wobbly, and we're going to feel very off. And this is why, the guidance, for me, channeling a lot of this guidance is coming through, and wanting to help a directory of people to come into a new alignment. And this is going to be able, so you can help your co-workers, you can help other people. The other thing too, starting in a couple weeks, I'm starting a new job. So a muggle job. So I'm going to be working in a new muggle job. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be, well, one, steady income, which is good. It's temporary, which is fine, because I don't want anything permanent as a muggle job. So it's temporary. It's going to be one that's going to align with a lot of what I believe in too. So it's going to be interesting. And it's going to be interesting. And the other reason I wanted to take is because I really wanted to see how energies are changing, especially in the muggle world, because I can stay in my bubble very easily. It's great to be in my own spiritual bubble with my own spiritual friends, and we just bubble around, and we just like, ooh, we bump into each other. But to be with other people that may not have the same light frequency as I do, which will be interesting. and being around people with different types of frequency. I know it can be so about protection and everything else. So starting that out on the 17th of October. So um, that's going to be interesting. So here we go, baby. We're starting off on a whole new directory and a new cosmic highway. And hey, want to board my ship? Want to come along with me? Definitely look into my soul package. So if you're wanting to have this, you're wanting to be a part of it, please let me know. Um, some of you have already put your names down. Awesome, great. I love you. I can't wait to be working with you. This is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to enjoy. We're going to enjoy this. This is going to be very enjoyable, I think, through this to get us through. So, anyways, sending you guys such cosmic love and sending you beautiful vibrationals of love, joy, and peace into your world. And may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you. And all you say and all you be and all you do. Have a blessed one, everyone. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.